Hi, everybody. Canadian Yorker here. It is Gabriel here coming on to my channel, Canadian Yorker. So I just wanted to come on here and do a short, quick chat with you guys about life, living life under the pandemic, coronavirus, COVID-19. And wanted to do a quick chat and just see what you guys are up to with what's going on and share a few things about what has been happening in my own life. So, just to give you a quick background information, prior to the coronavirus outbreak, uh, I was working as a teacher, living a humble life, working as a teacher in New York, New York State, not New York City. A lot of people think that New York City is New York State, but that's not the case because New York City is a part of New York State. It is not New York City. It is not New York State. Okay, so let's just get that straight. So first things first, I live in the capital region called. I live in around the capital. I live in the capital region in the city of Schenectady. Work and I work around in different places as a teacher. So I prior to this, I was working, and I, I've been working as a teacher for 4 years now, and it's been a really good experience working with the staff and students in all the different schools that I work in, that I work at, because I work in different settings. I uh, I work at I work for the my agency, which is called the Capital Region BOCES Agency. So this agency employs me, which is a teacher, to work in different schools all over in the region. So, I work around Albany, Schenectady, and Troy, and I have a lot of fun working in the school system because it's a lot of fun. I work in my line of work, in my professional work. I work in preschool, I work in middle school, I work in high school, I work with all age groups. I also work, uh, I teach all subjects: math, science, social studies, arts, English, you name it. And so I have a broad range of experiences and value that I bring to the table. And so, you know, I was doing this, been doing this for the past 4 years, and it's been a good experience. I love it. It's great. Um, it's never a dull moment. You always wake up. You're always learning something new every time you go to a new place. Um, but recently, with what's been going on with coronavirus, um, it's been a big hit to a lot of the teachers. I'm a substitute teacher, so it's been a big hit to substitute teachers who work, and all the substitute teachers who work all over in the different counties all over New York State. And so it's been hard because, you know, if you are not a licensed teacher, like a full-fledged licensed teacher, it can be tough because substitute teachers are not uh, do not get paid for time off work. So basically, they're out of a job, but at the same time, you're still working for the school. So when school starts back up, we'll be going back to work. But for the moment, for the time now, you could say that we're laid off, temporarily laid off work. Um, so prior to this, I was working in the school, learning a lot how, just basically working as a teacher in the school. And I say it was a good experience. Ever since then, since school shut down, since all the schools have shut down, we're looking at New York. At least we're looking to see maybe the schools might be shut down for the rest of the school year. Um, so obviously that would mean for us who are teachers, we'll have to find secondary forms of income. And I'm already on that, you know, but that's a part of life. But this is a big part of life. This is kind of one of my main jobs that I have. But it's a big part of life where um, a lot of people have been affected by the COVID-19, the coronavirus, and I'm one of those people, many people who have been affected. This is just my experience. I'm sure someone else has a different experience um, as, a, as an educator. So there are many educators out there who are working hard. Some educators, so the main educators, the full-time educators, are working from home, and they have their jobs. They're working from home because they're employed by the state to work for the state. Meanwhile, us who are substitute teachers, we're not as required to do that, so we have to find our secondary jobs. Um, so that's another thing. The flow of jobs is also difficult unless we have some sort of skills to back up what we can talk. We can back up what we talk about, and that also, it depends on what you do and what field you're going into, because substitute teachers work in a variety of fields. I mean, I have met substitutes some who were nurses and they were working as substitutes. Some were working as real estate agents and they would do substitute teaching. Some were authors. Some were um, planning to go to law school and they're also doing substitute teaching. And so substitute teaching covers a wide variety of fields where people from uh, all backgrounds and all all areas of work come and work in the field. So everybody would be impacted by it differently. There were some some teachers who are retired, some people who are retired to become substitute teachers, such as there was a gentleman I met who worked for General Electric. He was a manager at General Electric, and he retired from General Electric, and he was working as a teacher. Um, and there was another uh, woman who I met who was there was a gentleman I met who worked for the state, New York State. He was hired from working in New York State, and now he works, basically substitute teaching. And so now people have different experiences, and everybody's different, you know. So everybody comes from different backgrounds. It all depends on what they do, and so I really have not spoken with anyone else um, who I know, who I work with, who are my colleagues. So I don't know how the coronavirus has affected them, but I can say that it has affected, just like everybody else, the coronavirus has affected many people in upstate New York. And not only people who are substitute teachers, but those who work in, some of them who work in the medical field, at clinics and hospitals. So even these people have been laid off their jobs and must stay home. And it's not easy for everybody. But there are some who still hold their jobs, such as the essential workers, medical staff workers, those who are in the technology field, those who are IT, computer science. Their jobs are not so much affected. If you work in a university, people who work in the universities are not really affected. So technology and medical field and trucking, also trucking business is not that much affected. Um, and also, interestingly, lawyers are also not affected that much. Um, it's just something that is also interesting. So there's a lot of people that have been affected and some that have not been affected as much. So, you know, that is basically how what has been happening to a lot of people. Now, how I have been coping with the coronavirus um, situation impacting my job, for the most part, I've been really waiting for it to go back to work, waiting for everything to get the okay, to be able to go, to get the clear, to be able to go back to work. resume resume my job and really work on getting better at what I do. And the second thing is not only that, but also looking for ways to improve my skills and address my areas of weakness. So something I've really been exploring for the past month. You know, for the past month that I've been home, it's been a really good learning experience. Seeing, trying to think of be creative about, think creatively about how I want to approach myself in my career, and so I've been thinking about that um, over the past month. So one of the things that I've been thinking about is thinking of going into writing children's books. So haven't explored it completely, but this week I want to get on it. I wrote down some ideas. I just got to continue writing down some ideas until I have something like a plan that I can um, that I can follow through on. So that's something that's that I want to work on for this week. And also, I've been also been picking up my hobbies. So I picked up some hobbies, playing guitar. That's also something I've been working on, learning how to play guitar, trying to get better at it. You know, working on that. Um, just picking up little things here and there to keep myself busy. Um, so I found out some about Harvard offering free classes to students, which I think was interesting. So I also tried that out. So we're going to try it and see how that works. And we'll see how it goes, right? We'll see how it goes. Um, they say that the coronavirus, uh, the extension, how long people are going to be out of work, might continue up until it's supposed to be until the end of April, might go to up until the end of May. So if it continues up until the end of May, that means that we might have to wait another month. And on top of that, that means that people might have to lose businesses, may have to lose money, which is not good for anyone. Um, oh, I forgot another thing to mention is that people who have also not been affected by the coronavirus outbreak are also students. Those who are studying right now to get their degrees. Um, the people who are students are also not that affected by the coronavirus, which kind of makes sense because they're not really working. They're studying to become, to become more proficient in their field. And so that's something that we that also that we have noticed also. Um, yeah. So as I was saying about the how long it's going to continue for, I can't tell you how long it's going to continue for. President Trump says that we should be going back to work soon, and I can understand I try to understand his optimism and all. I don't believe that it might not be it might not be as soon as we think. It may be gradual. It might be as very gradually before we actually start seeing an increase in people actually going back to work. It's not going to happen all at once. It's going to happen gradually. You know, little by little, we're going to see people going back to work eventually. Once they get the all clear, I don't know. I want to wait until I make sure that everything is given. Everything is given. Everything is all clear, and then we're going to be able to go back to work. So I want you guys to tell me in the comments section below. Tell me in the comment section below. Share your thoughts in the comment section and say what do you guys think? Do you think that it's going to continue until the end of May, or you don't really know? We don't really know how long it's going to continue for until we get the all clear that the coronavirus is gone. And until then, we will have to stay inside and see what happens. might have to practice social distancing for the for a little bit more longer time than we expected, but hopefully we should be able to go back to work soon so that we can move on with our lives, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this chat, and let me know in the comment section below what do you think. What do you think about all of this? All right. So I hope you guys have a great day, great night, and I'll see you later. All right. Bye bye.